In this video tutorial, you'll find the guide to the transliteration used in the series of video lessons to pronounce the Tamil words correctly as it is being spoken. Please also check my previous lesson if you have not, which covers a very important aspect of pronunciation of Tamil language. Tamil words do not end with a sound similar to the a, that is la, la or sa, ga, using a sound kind of a at the end. Tamil doesn't usually have such a sound. You can listen to how I say that. For instance, no, the word no, meaning no, is illa. But some of the transliteration goes like illa, but you may read it wrong because there's no meaning illa. It is illa. And hence I've used the sound, I've used the letter capital E. So every time you see that on the end, it is always a sound, illa. So it is not illa. Such a sound does not exist in Tamil. So if you have been using it by mistake, pay attention to this to sound natural, because it can be very confusing to a sophisticated or to a Tamil native speaker. White, that is vella. It is not vella, it is vella. So it's again a. Leaf is yela. Yela, you can say ila is the way it's usually said. I mean, correctly said, but the very colloquially day-to-day conversation, it is also said as yela. So when people talk, they don't say ila, instead they say yela. So is the ending, so it is not ila. So if you don't understand it, and sometimes I've quite many times when people learn just through print materials, they say illa, vella, ila. No, it is totally wrong. You have to say illa, vella, yella. And another important sound for you to correct if you're not been doing it rightly, it is the sound u at the end. Such a sound again does not exist in Tamil. At the end, that is, there is no such thing as adu, meaning that. And if you're going to read it letter by letter, theoretically it can be adu, but there is no such an ending sound in Tamil, be spoken or written. It's always adu, sound. So adu, opinion, karuttu. So it's not karutu. Again, the next one is pattu, that is silk. So again, it is not pattu, it is pattu. So let me say that again for you to. So every time you see a capital U at the end, make sure that you pronounce it as pattu, adu. So it's adu, karuttu, pattu. It is not adu, karuttu, pattu. No, it is adu, karuttu, pattu. The words ending with m and in, that is, I've used a dot m and a dot n used in my transliteration. They're almost silent with a nasal sound. So say for instance, place, which is yedam. You don't say yedam, instead you say yedon, yedon. In a spoken language or a conversation in a day-to-day speech, it is yedon. Welcome, it is vanakkam. So when you see im sound at the end, it's usually kind of vanakkam, yedon. And the m is, you can slightly listen to it, but not completely. It is not very stressed. Instead, it is kind of a silent with a nasal sound. You can listen to me saying yedon, vanakkam. The next one is he, that is avan. Properly, if it has to be the original or the formal language, it is avan, but in a spoken language, we say avan, avan, it's a with a nasal ending, avan, with a nasal n at the end, which is kind of silent. Avan. Loan is kadan, but when you speak or in a day-to-day conversation, it is kadan. So it's very useful for you to understand how people talk, because these very theoretical language, like formal, is seldom used. It's only used in high debates, in a very um, not in a day-to-day conversation. It's you don't even have to know it if you're just going to be talking to people, or just understand the language, do a conversation with the people. No, it is not needed. So idon, yadon, vanakom, அவன், கடன், கடன். And the following transliterations are self-explanatory, like I use capital T twice just to make sure that you stress on it rightly. Because I often hear the Westerners, or if they are European languages, if they speak, they tend to go a little sloppy on that. They don't do the stress enough well. So it goes like katta, meaning wood, and they tend to say that as katta, katta. No, it is katta. Really, you have to stress. Do it a couple of times, you'll get it properly, and then you don't hear people saying katta or katta. It is katta, katta, meaning wood. Celebration is kondatam, kondatam. Like in a spoken, it is on ends and katta, kondatam. So still the T is very clear, very pronounced, and very stressed. So make sure that I made double T. So every time you read the sentence and then you read the transliteration, it automatically goes into your mind to say that. Really go stressing on that a couple of times, and then you get it naturally. Similarly, I have used ch. That is again for you to stress on that sound like ch. So when you say pachai, meaning green, I don't want you to say pachai. No, it is pachai, meaning green. Pachai, certain, that is nichayam, nichayam. Pacha, we say pacha or pachai, nichayam. So this, you can hear the stress there. It is not pacha or it is not nichayam. It is pacha, nichayam. Similarly, I've used th and double k, understandably, for you to stress on that sound. And please understand that this Tamil language has a very strong consonant sound. It's not a slippery, sloppery kind of sound. It's more clear consonant sound that you really, really hit on every letter and go. So even if it's somebody speaking fastly, you can really hear this kind of pacha, kata, and that it comes automatically, which is something you have to get used. If you're not you Almost all the Indian languages are like that, but if you're a Westerner, if you're speaking English as your mother language, or if you're speaking French especially, if it's going to be somewhat difficult at the beginning, but you'll get it. Like aunt, attai, air, katu. So the th means a stress there. Attai, katu. Side is or a page, as a page, a leaf of a page or something. It is pakkam, pakkam. You can say pakkam. When you colloquially say that, it's a pakkam. Encouragement, ukon. That is encouragement. So you can see, like in the previous one, I was using attai, katu. On the next one, double K, it is pakkam, ukon. And coming to this capital L and N, they used to denote a particular sound that is more pronounced by rolling the tongue up a little bit. And you will, this is going to take a little time. And then, to be very honest, I've seen even native Tamil speakers, many of them, they fail in it. But it's okay, because you're starting and then you get used to it. And when you speak, it's going to be very impressive to somebody who a native speaker. When you say them, when you say that correctly, it's going to be very impressive, because this is a very important, uniquely Tamil language, which has two L and two N. So let's see. For white, it is vellai. I don't know if it's possible for you to listen to it. It's vellai. I'm not saying vellai. Instead, I'm saying vellai. The next one is nal, meaning day. It is not nal. Nal is something I'm touching the tip. I'm using the tip of my tongue and then touching the tip of my, just the back of my teeth. No, I have to roll it a little back. Nal, meaning day. Nal. So, vellai, nal. And similarly, 80, that is enbadu. It is not enbadu. Enbadu, meaning 80. Oil, that is ennai, meaning oil. Ennai. If you say ennai, it's a completely two different meaning. In Tamil, we say ennai is different from ennai. Ennai means me. What did you do to me? Ennai, enna panna. What did you do? Enna, or just asking enna, meaning what? Whereas if you say enna, enna, you roll your tongue a little back and then say enna. But if you're not getting this particular part, don't worry, it comes naturally, and then you don't have to, because as I said, to be very honest, not all Tamilians are very good at it. So but sometimes, like people like me, I can make out even if people are speaking that from far, and then if they're making a mistake, and then if they're saying yenna instead of yenna, but generally people miss that. So this is something, if you can make out the difference, and then if you're going to progress with that even without effort, that's good. Because every time you see a capital L, capital N, try to roll your tongue a little back and say that. It's very nice. And this one, I don't have to really explain. It's quite easy. I've used a capital A and a E sound just to make sure that you elongate the sound a little bit. It's not vegam. Instead, you say vegam, vegam. If I use just a small E, you may end up saying vegam, which I don't want you to make such a mistake, because once you start making such a mistake again, it gets so imprinted in your mind, then you keep making that it becomes very difficult for you to change. So vegam, and then if it's a capital O, it's kotai. Vegam, kotai. I'll be making many more videos for you to learn. So if you have any suggestions or questions, please let me know. If you like the video, please subscribe and like. All the best with your Tamil learning. Vanakkam, Varthakal.